Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. This is going to be a quick discussion video on Power Rangers Dino Fury and my speculation on the quality of which I think it will be. Now again, this is speculation. This isn't any concrete news or anything. This is just my personal speculation and theories based on stuff we've heard. And this is sort of inspired by, these thoughts I've had before, but it's sort of more inspired by the recent interview of Simon Bennett talking about what's going to be coming in Dino Fury a little bit. And, I've had these thoughts before, but they just kind of inspired me to make this video. So Dino Fury is looking to be the last seasons in the current era. Now, again, this isn't the last season. Power Rangers isn't getting canceled. We don't know what's happening after still, so let's try not to jump to conclusions yet. But we do know, it has been confirmed, that Hasbro is working on a new, refreshed take and universe after Dino Fury. So, even if we continue with live action in a similar format, no matter what, Dino Fury is going to be the sort of end of an era to a certain degree. So that's a for sure thing. That's like really the only for sure thing. We just don't know what form it's going to take. So with that, and based on what I feel my theory is that Dino Fury will be basically the same quality as Beast Morphers, which is basically Neo Saban. I think we're in for another 2 years of a Neo Saban season, but more close to Beast Morphers, where it's basically Neo Saban, but we have some nice surprises and some nice little improvements here and there, especially if it's going to be the last iteration in this, iteration, then there might be some more past connections, just like with Beast Morphers. There might be some returning cameos, like with Beast Morphers, maybe an attempt to put a period on things. I don't think that it necessarily means the end of the PRU as we know it forever, but I think that's what it's going to be like. And my main reason for thinking this is something I've been thinking about a while, and as more of the news comes out about what's going on with Hasbro, I really feel like what they did, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, so if you've watched those, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but what I think they did was kind of smart. When they bought Power Rangers from Saban, they inherited, some contracts and some obligations and production. And so what they did is they're like, you know what, let's just honor these. Obviously, I don't think they try to get out of them, but let's just keep the show on autopilot. Let's put out Beast Morphers, let's put out Dino Fury, then there's a product out there, there's products we can make out there for the toy line. Power Rangers remains in the public eye to some degree, it keeps some money coming in, it keeps it relevant, and then in the background we can work on our own new take. That makes a lot of sense business-wise, because you already have the conveyor belt going to make Power Rangers, and there's no need to interrupt it, just let it keep going. And I think that's smarter than what Saban did, in a way. Not like when Saban bought it back, they didn't have production already in place, but they rushed it out. They're like, okay, we gotta get this out right now, translate those TV Neon subs into Samurai. And so they rushed it out. And I think this is smart, because they already had it ready. They put the show out there, it was going to be roughly the same quality, and during Beast Morphers was also more of a transition series where it was kind of both Saban and Hasbro more so. But they already had it out there, it's easy to just put that out there and then take your time to work on it in the background. So I don't think we're really going to get a feel for what the true Hasbro era is like show-wise, until after Dino Fury. Now, I'm more than willing to be surprised, and Dino Fury could be vastly different. It could be amazing. I want it to be good, I want to enjoy it, but I'm just kind of expecting something more on the line of what we've been getting. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that there might be some cool surprises, which would be nice, but I think that they just didn't want to mess with it too much. And in that interview he said, like, yeah, we haven't been coordinating with the new universe people, and that just kind of tells me, they left it on autopilot. That's why everything's remained the same. Even Simon Bennett being hired, he was basically assistant to the regional manager, so he was next in line to be hired after Chip left. It wasn't like they handpicked somebody new and different to do a new direction. They just wanted to keep the show going on autopilot for, keep us in purgatory for a few more years while they work on their own thing. So that's what I personally feel. Again, I'm more than willing to be surprised. There very well could be some differences in Dino Fury, but just from what I feel and what I've read in some of the interviews, it definitely feels to me like Dino Fury will at least be somewhat more of the same. And I think that, like I said, the true test of the Hasbro era will be after Dino Fury. Like, how when you go from Neo Saban, or from Saban brands to Disney to Neo Saban, you can feel a distinct style and tone difference. And like, coming from Super Ninja Steel to Beast Morphers, there isn't that big of a jump from style. And I don't think we're gonna feel that distinct, like, yeah, this is the Hasbro era feel until after Dino Fury. And in a way, that kind of sucks if it's true that we basically have to deal with 2 more years of more of the same in the show department. But at the same time, it's kind of helped me make peace with things in a way. Because with Saban, it felt like they were just so okay with the status quo and made it feel kind of like a hopeless purgatory. But with all the stuff we've been getting in the news, for me, it feels like, yeah, we kind of have to sign up to have a few more years of mediocrity, but I know that they're working on things in the background, and they're using this time to take their time to work on those big things in the background. So even though Dino Fury might be a little bit more of the same, I don't think it'll be a boring 2 years, because we'll be getting continuous developments on what's going on with the franchise, and I know that they're not just content with the status quo, and they're going to be doing something different. So, you know, even though I may be annoyed, and I'm sure I'll still complain about some things I might not like in the seasons, but, you know, it's a review, not a list of compliments. But I'm like less overwhelmingly annoyed. Even with Beast Morphers, some of the things I was annoyed by, except for It's Great to Be Human, I'm less overwhelmingly annoyed because I know we're not stuck with this forever. And that's kind of the way it'll be with Dino Fury. Like, if it's really bad or there's bad parts, I'm not going to be as upset because I know that this isn't going to be the status quo forever. And it's probably going to change. But that is just my thought. I think we are in for a little bit more of the same with a few surprises, but I think that some possible salvation is just around the corner. But what do you guys think? Do you think Dino Fury will actually be the true mark of the Hasbro era, or do you think it will be afterwards? Because after all, as I mentioned, Beast Morphers was a bit of a hybrid, and Dino Fury is technically the first fully Hasbro run season, but I really believe that they're just going to keep the Neo Saban production in place. But what do you guys think? What will be the true mark of the Hasbro era? Will it be Dino Fury, or will it be afterwards? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell. Congratulations for my videos. Dawson Ryder.